So a few days ago they released a new hero named Polaris. And I've actually been doing some testing last few days. She is interesting. Let's see, oops. So she has the Northern Lights here. See, so her ally, control effects last longer. It also decreases the level of enemy skills that have a chance of activating by 10. So she can do that. And she can also freeze and their lose ability to accumulate energy, other resources. Magic damage dealt to them is increased by 140, while physical damage is decreased by 80. This is actually a lot better than it looks because I've been doing testing and for some reason Ode to Serenity does not seem to block her abilities unless they fixed it. I don't know. I was wondering if this is a bug because you can see Ode to Serenity up and it actually will just work through it. But I noticed it's probably the second or third day of her. I'm like, wait, is this working against Ode to Serenity? So it's super weird because usually Ode to Serenity blocks all status effects. But, like I said, should block stuns and silences and stuff. But you have to see the status effect there. It's there. You can see the snow crystal theme. Even though there's an Ode to Serenity, you feel like I said, and he's getting stunned too. Look at that. He's even stunned, even though you can see the circle around him. Ode to Serenity is up. He's still getting stunned. Ode to Serenity is not offering protection against status effects here. And I think that has a lot to do with creates the chance of abilities not being able to affect. Like I said, I think it reduces the level that of that third ability. So we'll speed this up here. Just kind of like I said, you can see the stuns and stuff are just happening. Which is, like I said, I was surprised when that, but I think it has a lot to do with the way her ability is. Like I said, some people, we were wondering, at first if it was a bug. When I was reading her abilities, maybe it's not a bug. Maybe that's intended. Maybe she's intended to be a Sebastian counter, which makes her interesting. Because it says the ally can last 60% when applied to effective foes. Decreases the level of enemy skills that have a chance of activating by 10. So it decreases the level, right? So if you know, just slowing a skill by 10 levels. So if you change this here, so it says it affects, chance to protect a debuff as lower targets above level 130. So if you drop the skill to 120, all of a sudden this effect is not going to be near as effective. So whatever the passive ability on her is, the Northern Lights there, it seems to drop this to level 120, which is enough to pretty much just hose him completely. So this ends up becoming a Sebastian counter, an actual hard counter to Sebastian, a way to beat Sebastian's protection here. So this makes her a potentially very interesting hero. So we've been doing some testing here. You can use so you've used Sebastian, he's ubiquitous in so many different teams. But let's say we're using Sebastian and we're gonna use let's use a really common team with Rufus or something. Doesn't matter too much, there's all kinds of different teams you can use here, but let's see, Rufus, and let's do something like this. Alright, so let's do something like this. Okay, so let's say we're gonna do an Arachne team here. Where are my heroes? So we'll do Aurora. Actually, we don't need Sebastian, so we'll do that one. Where's Polaris? We'll do Polaris, and then we'll do Arachne. We'll go without healing just to try to see what happens here. Right, so we're gonna try running with this one here. We are gonna guess we'll do this. Yeah, we're gonna do some testing here. We're gonna see if we can land Arachne stuns and stuff. Look at that. Oh, Serenity up. We are stunning them with Arachne. No stripping Ode necessary. Look at that. The stuns are all of a sudden landing through Ode to Serenity. Right, Polaris is countering our Ode to Serenity. We actually have an actual hard counter to Sebastian. Yeah, like I said, Ode Serenity, even with Ode Serenity up, a lot of times there's lands against Ode Serenity. Looks like Ode Serenity's been stripped at this point, probably from all the stuns and stuff. But, you know, like even with Ode Serenity up, we were landing stuns with Arachne. Like, this is a potential game changer. This makes Polaris potentially really overpowered. And I think she's definitely going to be those heroes that's definitely going to shift the meta here. It's all of a sudden, Sebastian's no longer as powerful as he was. You know, you now have a way to just break, to like pretty much invalidate Ode to Serenity. Like, that is going to be a big deal going forward. And we might as well speed this one up. And boom, that's a win. Just locked it down. Absolutely locked it down because Ode to Serenity did not offer sufficient protection. So let's run the same line here. So with we'll do chorus here for some backup here and see what happens if we run chorus instead. We'll use the same line otherwise. Dante, Martha, Iris. Alright, so let's check in here. Because Polaris debuff only applies to heroes, so I don't think it will work against Chorus. So Chorus might become like the new go-to way to stop status effects, especially with the new pet flags and stuff that increase their power. Where's Arachne? Well, let's try this.
Chaos has no place in Dominion.
Let's try this. Like I said, you see they're not getting stunned because Chorus is able to block. So Polaris cannot counter Chorus, but she can counter Sebastian. So Sebastian got stunned there. The Chorus didn't block, but the rest did not get stunned. But Ode to Serenity is offering almost no protection against Polaris here because she lowered the skill by 10 points. Like, lowering a skill by 10 is enough to just pretty much hose it. Can also protect, and here's the other thing, this will also protect against a lot of status effects from most heroes. Because most heroes, like, the effect is based on level. It's hard to land, like, a level 120 silence effect on a 130 hero. Like I said, most status effects are level-based, except Arachne stuns. Arachne stuns are special in that they are not level-based. But, you know, just having Chorus there seems to be making this fight a bit harder. But, no, maybe not. We're still getting through here. We're still gonna get it. Boom. Rara survived, yes, so there's that. But yeah, no, if you go look at, like, abilities that have, like, stuns here, like, see, there's no, it just says stun for, like, 5 seconds or 2 seconds. Most things, though, like here, it says the chance of applying the effect is reduce the target's levels 130. So reducing a levels by 10, like, could potentially protect against a lot of status effects, too. Like, Polaris, like, she might be just because she can lower the skills of a hero by 10 points, just 10 points. All of a sudden, most of their status effects are not going to land on most heroes, except heroes like Arachne, who don't care about levels on their stuns. We need to find where Polaris is. She's right here. Yeah, 10 levels. Have a chance of activating by 10. The level of enemy skills by 10. Lowers enemy skills by 10. So let's go look at him. Do science. See, the chance to apply the debuff is lowered if the target's level is above 130. So let's try this here. The target's level is above 130. So we might be able to even use Polaris in place of Sebastian. And that's like the another thing. She might also, in addition to being a Sebastian counter, she might be a Sebastian replacement. So let's run out. Where is Nebula? Run out some kind of stone cold line here. We'll use Thea though. I think Thea's better in PvP most of the time. Where's Isaac? If I'm understanding this right, Isaac and Thea will have a harder time applying status effects because of the way Polaris works. Right? It might become better counter to um might become a better counter to status effects than Sebastian. Like I said, the Sebastian was added Winterfest 4 years ago. Now we might got the Sebastian replacement, the next version of Sebastian. Like this is might be the best hero we have seen in literally in years. Might literally be the best hero in years. Yeah, Chorus is probably gonna be your best bet most time. Actually, maybe you do this. Actually, I think she can AE stun. So maybe put Chorus here between Lars and Polaris. Let's try that. Then Celeste and Polaris getting some bonuses. Okay, so did not, like I said, you have to activate Northern Lights first, so it might be too slow to go against Isaac here. But we will see. So we're going to test some stuff here. It might just be too slow because you have to activate Northern Lights first to get the protection. Okay. Nope, didn't look like it was going to do so. Probably too slow against an Isaac team. So there's probably limits there. So there's definitely, you definitely got to be set. But we got to test some of these things because I'm like, because we got to test this here because I'm curious. Because you have to activate the Northern Lights. That is the one condition, so that's not going to work just because how fast Isaac puts his thing out. But what if we use a slower team? Like a team that's not going to just like put him into overdrive so quickly. But let's do Arachne, no Sebastian. Arachne, no Sebastian. Then we will do Celeste. Actually, let's not do Celeste. Let's do... Ooh, let's do Martha, because they have Jew. Let's try Martha, actually. But I'm curious, like, if we can use Polaris to try to reduce the chance of the status effects falling on a team that's not... Like I said, on a team that's, like I said, if you get Isaac going that fast, it might not work very well. Yep, look at that. She protected against the status effects. Only Martha got tagged. So she can protect against status effects. So this is a game changer. You have another hero who can protect against status effects pretty reliably. You could probably use her in tradition with Sebastian. Okay, boom. So didn't get it protected that time. But she's potentially an alternative here. Or something to use in addition to Sebastian. Yep, see, look at that. She did not get tagged with the thing that time. And even with Otis Trinity up, they were getting stunned. Polaris is dead now, though, so we're gonna get wrecked now. Now, of course, Otis Trinity's in full effect. But, Otis Trinity got stripped. But yeah, no, this is... Polaris has a lot of potential. Like, there's just, like I said, she can protect against status effects. Probably not quite as reliable as Sebastian, but she can host Sebastian pretty reliably, so that's a big deal. Yeah, no, we've been messing with her last few days. Like, it just... She's one of those heroes I think will be meta-defining. Like, she's probably the best hero since Sebastian. You know, she's really, really good. Well, maybe Isaac. Isaac was really good, too. Winterfest heroes are almost always really good. Like, and the pattern continues. Winterfest heroes keep being good. Like, oh, we might actually win this. Yeah, didn't use Sebastian. And we got a win here. Yeah, this might make Sebastian more replaceable, especially if you want to use, say, Polaris plus Chorus. Polaris plus Chorus might be good enough for most teams. Against most teams. That would end up being a timeout, but Polaris shows a lot of potential. She doesn't show a lot of damage potential, I don't think. The damage potential on her shouldn't seem like a major damage dealer. She's a control hero. But she can support control. She can also lengthen the control effects. That's something else we want to test is how long you can stun lock a hero. So let's get... Let's do that. Then we will try Polaris versus a plus Arachne or something. See if we can lengthen the stun effects. Because her other ability supposedly lengthens status effects. So if we... Okay. So we had the 149 on the clock. I think it worked. Because that's supposed to be a 2-second stun, so it should only go to 6 seconds, but it's lengthening because I think Polaris' 60 extra 60% is stacking like cumulatively. Like, look how long Martha's been stunned. That was the old stun. Because normally this would be 15 seconds with Mara Patron. Like, look, she's still stunned. Been a long time. Okay, let's go. So let's... Martha, so 58. Let's just see where it goes. So she should be unstunned now, but this Polaris is stacking with Mara Patron. It is stacking a lot with Mara Patron. Like, it is an additional 60% on top of the triple, so it's... You're getting... Like, we're talking, like, almost over 20-second long stuns. Watch, she's gonna be stunned the rest of the fight from just that one ult. Just that one ult. She's gonna be stunned, said, probably... She had 26 seconds left on the clock. Let's see when if Martha comes unstunned before the battle ends. I think it was, like, she'll probably be about 4 seconds. It looks like we're getting... Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, we're... Yeah, it looks like it's adding there. Maybe not said. Maybe just, maybe didn't quite do it. But it seems like it's stacking a bit. Because these stuns seem longer than normal. Like I said, so it seems like we are getting the additional stun power here. Like, it seems to be stacking with... Let's see... Right here also on the Northern Lights. Polaris unleashes the Northern Lights on the enemies. Her allies' control effects last. So the Northern Lights has to be up, though. Longer when applied to effective foes. Northern Lights set. So when it's set, it's kind of like the thing, right? Northern Lights has to be in effect. So like, this is actually an activated ability. It's not a passive. So that is the one catch here. So if you stun an enemy with Northern Lights on, like Arachne, you can stun them for a long time. So let's run that sim again. Let's fish for Northern Lights specifically. So we gotta time it with Northern Lights. So he's gotta get used to recognizing what Northern Lights looks like, but it was definitely stunning longer. Okay, so let's go here. See, Northern Lights, see, this is the Northern Lights. That effect, the glowy stuff, that's Northern Lights. And you see the Astaroth was stunned a lot longer than 6 seconds here. Okay, let's stun Martha here. So we had 36 on the clock. We had 36 on the clock with the Northern Lights. More than 15. 20 seconds. 1, 22, 24. 24-second long stun. 24-second long stun with Northern Lights. Yeah, you can literally lock an opponent out of the game with this. Like Polaris is an amazing hero. Said she's gonna be a meta defining hero. I can almost guarantee it. The damage reduction on her, on these things too. These also block hits. Like, look, you also, it looks like you could put multiple shields up if they just accumulate. Like, so you can pretty much make your heroes like I said, now we're pretty much invincible as these shields are up. She can protect, like I said, good control support hero. I think she's control mage actually, but she's a control primary. So yeah, like try to get, if you do not have her absolute star yet, try to get it. Try to send the gifts to your guildmates. So you can get that. Like send your guildmates gifts. Like just send some of these to whoever. Like just send a couple. So because every like said every 1,000 cookies you get a soul. So you can just send some cookies. There's some gifts to people. Get her souls. Try to get her absolute star if you can. Like you don't have to. Like I said, there's still several days left. You don't have to do it all in one day, especially if you're doing all your holiday everyday stuff. You're doing the daily trades and stuff. You'll probably get that just by doing the dailies. But it is such a good. Like I said, Polaris, like based on what I've seen, Polaris is a really good hero who is going to be a big deal going forward. She's going to be a game changer. And I absolutely recommend getting her, developing her if you can. And if you missed my video where I did level her up, I did the full video where I got her to red rank and filled up her artifacts and stuff. You can find that one below. And as always, thank you for watching.